Ancient India. The fossils of early humans have been found in Africa dating back about 2.6 million years, but there are no such specific early human fossil evidence in India. However, it appears that sites such as Bori in Maharashtra suggest that appearance of early humans, specifically homins in India, was around 1.4 million years ago. Modern human Homo sapiens first appeared in Africa around 2 lakh years ago and entered India around 70,000 years ago. The early man in India used tools of stones. This divide into three: Paleolithic, Old Stone Age; Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age; Neolithic, New Stone Age. The Paleolithic age, 5 lakh BC to 9000 BC. Ice Age. Paleolithic culture of India developed in Pleistocene period or the Ice Age. Discovery. Robert Bruce Foote was the first to discover a Paleolithic sites in India. Homo sapiens past appears towards the end of this phase. Paleolithic men were hunters and food gatherers. They had no knowledge of agriculture or pottery. They used tools of unpolished rough stones and lived in caves and rock shelters. Their tools were mostly made of quartzite, thus they are also called quartzite men. This age is divided into three phases according to the nature of the stones, tools used by the people, and changes in the climate. Lower, middle, upper. Early or lower Paleolithic. Tools use hand axes, clavers, and choppers. Humidity decreased. Swan Valley, Punjab, Balan Valley, Uttar Pradesh is the important sites. Middle Paleolithic, like flex blades, pointers, borers, and humidity decreased. Swan, Swan, Narmada, Tungabhadra. Upper Paleolithic, scrappers, boreans, bone tools. Climate here warm. Caves and rocks, cave and rock shelters discovered at Imbetka near Bhopal. The Mesolithic Age. It was a transitional phase between the Paleolithic Age and the Neolithic Age. In this age, climate became warm and dry, which brought about changes in fauna and flora, and it made it possible for humans beings to move to new area. This is a transitional phase. Climate human movement. In this age, climate became warm and dry, which brought about changes in flora and made it possible for human beings to move to new area. Lifestyle and domestications. The Mesolithic people live on hunting, fishing, and food gathering. At a later stage, they also domesticated animals. The characteristic tools of the Mesolithic age are microliths. Microliths were small tools made of stone, such as pointed cresconic blades, scrapers, etc. Evidence of domestications. Adamkar, Madhya Pradesh; Bagor, Rajasthan. Mesolithic art. The people of both the practice and Bhimbetka is a striking site of a prehistoric painting belonging to the Mesolithic age. The Neolithic age, 6000 BC to 1800 BC. The people of this age are characterized by the use of polished stone tools. They particularly use stone axes. Important Neolithic sites in India, including Burzahom, Mehergarh, Daud Ali Heading, Tirand, Maski, Brahmagiri, Halur, Piklihar, Utnur, Nagarjunakonda, Vyamapalli. It is interesting that Burzahom dogs were buried with their masters in their graves. Peat houses have also been discovered here. The Neolithic settlers were the earliest farming communities. They produced ragi and horse gram. Neolithic sites in Allahabad districts are noted for the cultivation of rice in the 6th millennium BC. They domesticated cattle, sheep, and goats and wove cotton and wool to make cloths. Handmade pottery and The use of potter's wheel first appeared during the Neolithic age. Neolithic men lived in caves and decorated their walls with hunting and dancing scenes. They knew the art of making boats. In the latter phase, people live a more settled life in circular and rectangular houses made of mud and reed. Kaldiwa in Uttar Pradesh reveals a threefold cultural sequence: Neolithic, Chalcolithic, and Iron Age. Mehrgarh in Balochistan is the oldest Neolithic sites in India subcontinent, 7000 BC. Chalcolithic cultures 18,000 BC, 1800 BC to 1000 BC. The stone copper phase. The end of the Neolithic period saw the use of metals. Copper was fast to be used. Chalcolithic culture refers the stone copper phase. People use hand axes and other objects made up of copperware alongside stone. Copper fast metal to be used. Hand axes copperware alongside stone. Lifestyle and belief. Chalcolithic people were primarily rural community. They domesticated animals and practiced agriculture. They were not acquainted with worn bricks and lived in thatched houses. They venerated mother goddess and cool art and crafts. The people of the Chalcolithic culture were the first to use painted pottery. Black and red pottery painted with white line design was the most popular. Ceramic excellence. The people of Chalcolithic culture were the first to use painted pottery. Black and red pottery painted with white line designs was the most popular. Important sites. Important Chalcolithic sites in India includes Ahar, Jarwe, Katha, Malwa, Malwa, Neves, Iran, Rangpur, Navadapalli, Gaza, Daimabad, and the Inamgaon.